Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In this session I will be explaining about Chomsky hierarchy of languages in theory of computation. Before going to explain about the Chomsky hierarchy of languages, let me explain what is a grammar. So a grammar G can be defined as G is equal to VTPS, where V is equal to finite set of variables, T is equal to finite set of terminals, and P is production symbol, and S is a start production. These variables you can represent it as capital letters like A, B. So all you can represent it as capital letters. Okay. Whereas coming to terminals, you can represent it into small cases. Let me like A, small cases like B, like that you can represent finite set of terminals, and P is the production symbol, and that production symbol you can write like this: alpha tends to beta. So in every grammar there is no change in the definition of variables, terminals and start symbol, only the change in the production rule. Coming to Chomsky hierarchy, according to Noam Chomsky, because these classification given by Noam Chomsky, that's why it can call it as Chomsky hierarchy of languages. According to Noam Chomsky, the hierarchy of languages can be categorized into 4 different types. Okay, so those 4 different types we can call it as type 3, type 2, type 1 and type 0. The first one is type 0 grammars, which we can call it as unrestricted grammars or recursively enumerable grammars. Okay, so these type 0 grammars, every grammar has an equivalent mathematical model. So in type 0 grammar, we have an equivalent mathematical model which is nothing but Turing machine. Next, coming to type 1 grammars, which we can call it as context sensitive grammars, and there is an equivalent mathematical model which is linear bounded automata. Next, coming to type 2, which we can call it as context free grammars, and the equivalent mathematical model is Pusjon automata. Now the last one is type 3 grammars, which we can call it as regular grammars and having an equivalent model finite automata. Okay, so according to this diagram, we can say any grammar we can call it as type 3, then automatically it is a type 2 as well as type 1 as well as type 0. Similarly, if any grammar you can call it as type 2, that we can say simply type 1, it is also type 1 and it is also type 0. So there is no restrictions in type 0, and type 3 we can call it as restricted. Okay, so according to Noam Chomsky, the grammar is divided into how many types? 4 categories: type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3, and each grammar having an equivalent mathematical model. So if any grammar is, you can call it as type 0, that has accepted by Turing machines, and if you have any grammar which is in the form of type 1, then it has an equivalent machine which we can call it as linear bounded automata. Similarly, any grammar which we can call it as type 2 and which is in the form of type 2, that is context free grammars, then it has an equivalent mathematical model. What it is? Pusjon automata. And similarly, if you have a grammar which is in the form of type 3, that is regular grammar, and which is nothing but finite automata. Okay, so ఏదన్నా గ్రామర్ని మీరు టైప్ 3 అన్నారనుకోండి, automatically it is belongs to type 2 as well as type 1 as well as type 0, because it is subset of type 2, type 1, type 0. Similarly, ఏదైనా గ్రామర్ని మీరు type 2 అన్నారనుకోండి, it is type 1 as well as type 0. Similarly, if you have any grammar type 1, automatically it is type 0, but not conversely. Okay, next, coming to what is a type 0, which is nothing but unrestricted or recursively enumerable languages. So as I already told that the change in all these grammars is in their production rule. So in unrestricted grammar, the production rule is in the form of alpha tends to beta, where alpha belongs to, this is what we can call it as clean closure. The star is nothing but clean closure. Variable, union, terminal, whole, star, which we can call it as clean closure. Clean closure in the sense 0 or more occurrences. The alpha may be variable or terminals. Okay, so 0 antunnam. 0 antunnam ante enti undachu undakapochu, may or may not. So 0 occurrences if you are not considering this. Similarly also if you are not considering this, simply the alpha is nothing but a variable. Okay, here you have to remember that the alpha does not belongs to a null. Okay, so variable compulsory ga untundi, atlane null value undakudadu. Okay, so combination ante enti, ఇప్పుడు for example variable union terminal whole star antunnanu. For example I am considering one occurrence of variable and also one occurrence of terminal and maybe a repetition. Similarly here also maybe variable one occurrence, maybe terminal one occurrence, like that you can take it. Okay, similarly beta is nothing but, so here alpha is nothing but left hand side production rule and beta is nothing but right hand side production rule. Okay, so the beta is nothing but variable union terminal whole star. Here beta may be epsilon because star, that is nothing but clean closure. Clean closure in the sense 0 or more occurrences. When you consider 0, what it means? It means epsilon. Okay, so the right hand side production must be a variable tends to, if it does not contain anything, you can treat it as an epsilon. So A tends to epsilon is also a production which is in the form of type 0. Okay, here you can see some examples. A, B, because I am considering here I am not considering any context from this, and from variable I am writing A, and for this part I am taking terminal as well as a variable. So A, B tends to the beta. Beta may be variable or maybe combination of terminals or combination of both variables and terminals. You can write it. From this production, what are the variables? The variables must be represented in capital cases. Okay, so that's why here the variables are A, B and the terminals are small a. Next, coming to type 1 grammars, which are nothing but context sensitive grammars, and the equivalent mathematical model is linear bounded automata. Here also the production rule, which is in the form of alpha tends to beta, and the rule for alpha is variable union terminal upon positive closure, not clean closure, plus is nothing but positive closure. Positive closure in the sense one or more occurrences, one or more occurrences. Okay, so here both alpha and beta are same. That means compulsory one occurrence must be there. That one occurrence may be a variable, may be a terminal, or combination of variables and terminals. But the rule is the length. ఇక్కడ modulus of alpha అని రాసానండి. దాని మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? You can watch my previous videos. Okay, so that you can know the terminology. Modulus of alpha is nothing but length of alpha less than or equals to length of beta. That means the left hand side production rule, that is alpha, is less than or equals to the right hand side production rule, which is beta. Okay, so compulsory left hand side length ela undali, lesser than right hand side production. Here we have the length is 2, here we have the length is 3, so 2 less than or equals to 3. Okay, which is context sensitive. Next, here the length is 1, here also 1, because equal. Okay, similarly here we have 3, here we have 4, so the length of left hand side is lesser than right hand side production. Out of all these, what are the variables? A, B, C, D, which we can represent it as capital cases. What is a terminal? Small a. Okay, so this is the context sensitive grammar. In context, in unrestricted grammars, we don't have any restriction. Okay, simply the alpha does not belongs to epsilon, that's it. Okay, whereas coming to type 1 grammars, slightly restrictions are added to the production rules. The first the rule for here is the length of alpha must lesser or equals to length of beta. That means the length of left hand side production is lesser or equals to the length of right hand side production, and alpha and beta values must belongs to variable union terminal upon positive closure. Okay, next coming to type 2, which are nothing but context free grammars, and their equivalent mathematical model is push down automata. If you have a context free grammar that must be accepted by a machine, push down automata. Here the production rule alpha tends to beta can be defined as alpha belongs to variable. So here the alpha is only the variable. Coming to beta, beta is nothing but variable union terminal whole star. So star in the sense clean closure. Clean closure in the sense 0 or more occurrences, may or may not consideration. Okay, so but alpha is only a variable. Here you can see alpha is nothing but only a variable, and the right hand side production must be only a terminal, only a variable, combination of both. Sometimes you can add epsilon also, because you are representing with clean closure. Clean closure means what? That means 0 or more occurrences. 0 is nothing but null string. Null string is nothing but epsilon. Okay. So in context free grammars, the equivalent mathematical model is push down automata, and the grammar is alpha belongs to variable and the beta belongs to either variable or either a terminal or combination of both variables as well as terminals. Okay, and finally the last one is type 3 grammars, which we can call it as irregular grammars. Okay, so in this regular grammars, the equivalent mathematical model is finite automata. Okay, the production rule can be defined as alpha tends to beta, where this is purely restricted grammar, because the grammar is restricted to only 2 length. Okay, so unrestricted means type 0, restricted grammars are type 3, which are most important in UGC net, because what are the unrestricted grammars, you can mark it as type 0. What are restricted grammars, you can mark it as type 3. Okay, so why? Because these are restricted grammars, because the length must be restricted to 2. Okay, at most 2. And alpha belongs to beta, alpha belongs to variable. The beta is in the form of TV or VT. That means terminal variable or a variable terminal. Sometimes some people may write it as here star. Okay, you may write it as V star, because here you can see the production A tends to A. So that means this variable may or may not consideration. Then automatically you have only a terminal. Okay, so this regular grammar can be categorized into 2 types: right linear grammars and left linear grammars. Here the production, the variable is in right hand side, then you can call it as right linear, and the production is on left side, you can call it as left linear. బాగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఓన్లీ ద లెంత్ మస్ట్ బి 2 లెంత్, 2నే ఉండాలండి. ఇట్లా లేదు సింగిల్ అంటే సింగిల్ ఖచ్చితంగా ఏమై ఉండాలి, టర్మినల్ అవుతుంది. వై? బికాస్ దిస్ టర్మినల్ వి స్టార్ కన్సిడర్ మే ఆర్ మే నాట్ కన్సిడరేషన్. స్టార్ అంటే ఏమంటున్నాం, 0 ఆర్ మోర్ అకరెన్సెస్. సో యూ మే ఆర్ మే నాట్ కన్సిడర్. దట్స్ వై ఇది ఎప్సైలాన్ అనుకోండి, ఆటోమేటికల్లీ యూ హ్యావ్ ఓన్లీ ద టర్మినల్. దట్ మీన్స్ ఏ టెన్స్ టు ఏ. ఆర్ టీవీ స్టార్ అంటున్నప్పుడు వి కన్సిడర్ చేయొచ్చు, కానీ ఇక్కడ స్టార్ అన్నాం అనుకోండి మళ్ళీ ఏమవుతుంది, మోర్ అక్కరెన్సెస్లోకి వచ్చేస్తుంది. కాబట్టి చాలామంది స్టార్ రిప్రజెంట్ చెయ్యరు, బికాస్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు రిస్ట్రిక్ట్ ఇన్ 2 length. దట్స్ వై యూ కెన్ ఆల్వేస్ రైట్ ఇట్ యాజ్ బీటా బిలాంగ్స్ టు ఐదర్ టీవీ ఆర్ టర్మినల్ ఆర్ సింప్లీ ఎప్సైలాన్ ఉండొచ్చు. ఓకే, similarly when consider into left linear, which may be beta belongs to V T, this is right linear because variables are in right side, or terminal or epsilon. Okay, so like that you can represent a regular grammar. Is it clear? So we have 4 classifications. Remember that: type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3. Okay, so type 3 is subset of type 2, type 2 is subset of type 1, and type 0 is the final one. All we have equivalent mathematical models. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you.